Pfaff Icon 2 has a great screen. I do usually do a lot of combining or designing on screen. So being able to select design, move it around, select something else. But how do you sometimes select one and another but not the third? So over here in the layers area, you have the option to select multiple, select all, and then even too, once you have something selected, you can group it. So for example, you can select on screen, and it will highlight which ones are which, or you can actually touch here in the listing. So essentially that's nice because if you have some pieces that are a little overlapped and it's hard to get touching them, you can come here and like deselect and select. So whatever is highlighted is what's going to be selected. So let's say I have this together and I want to group it. You will be able to now move this as its own one piece. Now, just like a group, that does mean that you will have an ungroup at a later time. So if you feel like you want to ungroup it so you can group, say, these two together, you'll do that. I will have to tell you, you do usually just need to touch and figure out when they are selected. It's kind of self-explanatory once you play with it a little bit. But once you have everything where you like them to be, you can group if you choose. This is also a place that I use when I'm stitching out my stitch book and I have all the rows of stitches that I'm doing. I'll often come here and select different ones to stitch out and be able to control like which ones I'm copying or which ones I want to stitch out first. You do have that ability. You also have the option in the layers to change the order of the stitch out. This icon here will allow you to shift it to stitch out second, or shift it, highlight it, and move it so it stitches out first. So again, you would have control over which ones are stitching in what order, and then also that really makes a difference. Sometimes when I'm stitching out my stitch book, that will make it a lot easier for the machine to stitch all the way kind of in order instead of jumping all the way around. So it just depends on how you brought your designs in. Doesn't really matter the order now because you can always come here, select the design, and change the order. So play around in the layers section, group designs, ungroup designs, and just realize that those tools are at your fingertips. Now, if you want to learn more about this machine, we have the free video tutorials, plus all the wonderful Pfaff online courses, and those links you can find in the description below. And if you're liking the stylus I'm using today, I will put a link below as to where to get this, because that does help move things around a lot easier as well.